Thai is very dear to me. My association with Thai goes back to 1990s when I was a real small-time entrepreneur, and Thai helped all of us to really shape our thinking. Entrepreneurship is a very lonely journey. It is very tough, and many a times you don't know what you don't know. And entrepreneurship needs, I wouldn't say mentoring, but exposure to ideas. So for example, on my personal note, I can say I didn't know anything about finance. I didn't know anything about private equity. I didn't know anything about how to go about raising loans. And I had lots of inputs from Thai in the US when I was running my first business. And if we look at India today, we have absolutely no choice but to create 80 million plus entrepreneurs to create the vibrance that we need. And hopefully each one of them will scale at least to 1 million to create an $80 billion ecosystem. And Thai is the organization that is really striving very hard locally in Chennai and also in Tamil Nadu as much as we can. Now, what is it that we do in Thai every year? Throughout the year, we have 50-60 programs to continuously educate people on different aspects, including hiring professionals, compensation, everything else. But TiECON 2013 is our annual Mela, if you will, where we are here to inspire people who are already working in organizations to take that entrepreneurial plunge and go out and take the risk and help us build the economy, or inspire young students to come out and get into the entrepreneurial journey. And this year's TiECON, as Lakshmi pointed out, we have Pitch Fest. Pitch Fest is one of the key events. This year we are taking it to Madurai and to Coimbatore, where we will have preliminary rounds in October, and then the finale, the final one, will be in November, on November 11th in the Hotel Leela Palace in Chennai. The other event that is there is to inspire people. How do you inspire people? By recognizing great entrepreneurs. So one of the awards function that we have is designed towards inspiring people and also recognizing the real hard work. Most entrepreneurs don't get Bharat Ratna and Bharat Bhushan and all that, but they also need some recognition to keep going with that journey. And we have a very eminent jury consisting of Gopal Srinivasan is the chairman. And it is a very elaborate process. We look at some 300, 400 different entrepreneurs and then decide who wins the award. We have Mr. Radhakrishnan, Principal Secretary of Health. We have Professor Chella Rajan of IIT Madras. We have Rajni Reddy, who is also an entrepreneur in herself, and V. Shankar from IIT and IIM, who is running the company called CAMPS. They're all part of the jury, and the awards will be announced. And in Pitch Fest, we are trying to get, many a times the question is asked, how many people are getting funded out of these? It really is the beginning of a journey for an entrepreneur. You don't get funded for an idea today, but what all steps do you need to do to get to that funding stage is what we teach, and they get to see live interviews they can have with private equity and venture capital players so that they can understand how to shape their business. And the event itself is going to be held on the 12th is the main event, 11th is the Pitch Fest and the awards function in the Hotel Leela Palace, and 12th we will have a plenary session and then breakout sessions. We plan to bring over 30 plus very good speakers that will cater to different interests of people. The idea here is to continue to inspire, make people believe that they can make a difference, make people believe that they can take the risk, and also build the skills. I think we have been doing it consistently for the last few years. And how do they just become an entrepreneur? That is the theme. And we hope that we can bring in a lot of very good speakers, and I'm not hoping, we are sure that we will bring excellent speakers. We anticipate over 1,200 paid delegates coming in, and these delegates are going to be senior business leaders, managers in senior positions in most companies in and around Chennai. We are also expecting lots of people from other parts of India. They come in to support us and also be part of this from other Thai organizations. So it's going to be a mega event. We are also bringing in entrepreneurs to come in and get a feel for this business, how they can scale up their business. The theme in India now is not just about entrepreneurship, but how do we scale the business? Scaling a business, you need process excellence, you need quality management, you need customer service, you need issues related to financing the company at the right stage of the growth, and you also need to bring in some professionals to come in and help entrepreneurial people to come and build and run their business on a day-to-day basis and keeping abreast of what is happening in the marketplace. So these are the challenges that we see entrepreneurs will be facing, and creating that ecosystem where professionals and entrepreneurs can mingle is the heart of TiECON's philosophy that we are driving at. We are also sure that this year we will get quite a few of entrepreneurs funded, and the goal is not to really go out and say they got funded, but the goal is to really get them to see the big picture and make sure that they start getting ready. So we have very eminent people in the committee today. We have a programs committee, we have a logistics committee, a sponsorship committee, a delegate acquisition committee, a pitch fest committee, awards committee. So it's a fairly large organization that works behind the scene to make a program like this successful. And we hope to get your support from the media because I think these stories need to go out, and they need to go out and reach the people that there are support that was not available in the 90s. Now it is available. There are some very senior people like Ramraj, Vishy, JK, and they've all been through this journey, and they are here offering support to people. So you will see that our charter membership has grown. We're also expanding into healthcare. Healthcare is now told, everybody is talking about majority of the investment is going into healthcare today, and we are creating healthcare forums here for hospital owners of 30, 40 bedded people. How can they scale? How can they go and acquire other companies? So those are the kinds of themes that we are working on, and I think it will be a fantastic event. I want to say that we are all working very hard to make this event as meaningful to the people, including the students. Business school students are going to be participating, but a very limited number of seats will be given to them. We thank you again, and if there are any questions, both Lakshmi and I will try to answer, or all the key members are here, so we will try to answer them collectively. Thank you all for coming.